Welcome to the newest edition of the Staying Connected at Region 10. This was a staple during the pandemic and we've let it slide, but there's some items that I want to talk about, and Rachel Frost encouraged me to do another video. So those of you who are new to Region 10 that have never experienced one of these, welcome to your first. Those of you who are tuning back in after a while, it's good to be with you again. We'll call this the end of the school year or the beginning of summer edition, and let me just get right into the items I have to talk about. Many of you have in the past ordered shirts with the Region 10 logo on it, or even jackets with the Region 10 logo on it, and you know that that could take some time to get those back from the embroidery shop and things. So we have instituted something, a lot of work by Rachel and her staff in communications to get us set up with an online Region 10 store. And so that will be coming to you in the near future. You'll get information, both the login, the place to go on the internet to get to it, and also some instructions about things you can do there in terms of choosing the color of the embroidery for your shirts and jackets, and how to pay for them, and what's appropriate for wearing to the office and not appropriate for wearing to the office, those types of things. Rachel's going to make a video for you and get that out to you. So the next thing we need to do is talk about vacation days. Back during 2020, when none of us could take vacations, the policy that Region 10 has is that you can't accumulate more than 20 vacation days or 150 hours of vacation time. And we waived that for a while. We made an exception to the policy and extended that. And so you've had the ability to accumulate extra days. Back about a month ago, you should have gotten notice from your director and or the HR department that if you had additional days above the 20 that were accumulated, that you needed to take care of those. If you have more than those still, we're going to send out one more, I don't want to call it a warning, but one more heads up that is the case for you individually, and you may need to take a little vacation time. Beginning July 31st or after July 31st, we'll revert to the policy as it's written, which is it limits 20 days of accumulated vacation leave. Now that doesn't count your personal days that the state provides or that Region 10 provides. This is the vacation days only. The next thing I need to talk about is renovations, and this is a good news, bad news type of thing. The good news is that we are about to start next Monday, next week, on the last major piece of interior renovations that needs to be done to our buildings. We've got a couple of little small projects, including the business office, that are yet to come. But the last big place in the building that needs to be renovated, that renovation starts next Monday, and it starts with demolition of what's there right now. So let me give you a heads up of what's going on back there. This is the areas that include technology and data systems services on the west side of the building, the Ascender and Skyward folks, as well as the programmers and some folks like that. It includes our data solutions group that works with Eduphoria, Edugence, Teaks Bank, and all those types of services we provide schools. And then the last area affected is the teaching and learning east and west areas. And those of you who are back in there are probably celebrating right now, because that's been in need of some renovation for a while. Now that basically covers the south and west sides, both of our Spring Valley location. And so with that, it's obviously going to make some changes in how things are going during the renovation. Essentially, the renovation should take 6 months, and so we'll be disrupted a little bit, but it should not affect our ability to provide the services to our schools going forward. And on the backside, we'll end up with another piece of our building, again, the last piece of our building really having been updated to meet our needs as a staff here at Region 10. You may have already noticed some of the staff being displaced by this move. The technology staff, some of them have already moved over to the Abrams site and re-officed over there. They're also part of the technology staff that's been moved here inside the Spring Valley building, and so they're a little harder to find than they have been in the past. But rest assured, they're still answering their phones, and if you're in the process of giving a presentation and have technology issues down in the conference centers, they still answer the Ring doorbells and will come to your aid quickly to take care of that. Now, in addition to technology, other staff members, again, back in data solutions and in teaching and learning, most of them will be hoteling. They will be alternating working days here at the buildings, and then alternating with days where they're working remotely or they're working out at school districts, providing the normal summer professional development that we provide to schools all the time. So a little bit of shake up there, but it's all planned well, and they're ready to go. Now, how does it affect you if you're not in one of those groups? First of all, you probably have already noticed a bunch of materials that's been boxed up and beginning to move around. Move day is actually tomorrow, Thursday and Friday of this week. And those boxes will be put in storage along with some other items, and then once the boxes are out and all the materials there, then the contractors will actually be here next Monday to start removing furniture and other trash items that are back there before they start knocking down walls and other things. Now, the renovated areas, or the areas being renovated, will be off limits, obviously. Those are hard hat areas. There'll be construction folks coming in and out all the time. We will have plastic sheeting over doorways and notices of where you can't go, but understand that it will disrupt you a little bit in terms of getting around and into the building in the mornings and in the afternoons. But again, please respect the fact that those are construction areas, they're hard hat areas, there's danger there, and we have to stay out of those areas. The entrances on the west side and the south side will be closed starting Monday. That also means your key card access to those specific doors will be turned off, and so you won't actually be able to get into those spaces. Now, where are those? First of all, entrance E on the west side facing the mosque. That area that empties in, or you come into the building through the technology and data services area, and so that one will be locked and off limits starting on Monday. And then two entrances on the south side of the building facing Centennial and the Christian World Church across the street. Those entrances are H and I, and that's the entrance near the print shop and the entrance into teaching and learning east and west. Again, both will be shut off. Now, the print shop will actually still be accessible, but you'll have to access it through entrance H, and you know that there's a little alcove there. The interior door will be shut off. You won't be able to get into that interior hallway that runs through the building, but you will be able to get into the alcove and then into the print shop. And so if you're picking up materials from the print shop folks or taking stuff to them, just remember that you'll have to go through the outside entrance to get that material to them. That means essentially that when you get here in the mornings or come back from lunch, etc., that you will need to enter either through entrance A from the main parking lot on the backside, which is under the barrel, the main entrance, the big entrance there after the conference center renovation, or through entrance D, which is by my office out on the Spring Valley side of the building. Now, one other thing you have to take note of, and I can hear the groans now from many of you, and that is that the break area in the center of the Spring Valley building is part of the renovation, and so starting Monday, that space will also be blocked off. You won't be able to get to the break area. The bright orange, blue, and green walls will be going away, but a new break area is going to be built into that space to serve those of you who work here in the Spring Valley building all the time. Now, once that's closed off, obviously, that means you'll have to go down to the conference center for your morning coffee or down to the Fannin Room for a place to sit and have lunch together and enjoy each other's company. One note there, and that is the refrigerators in there. We are still trying to find a solution about where to put refrigerators, but we may end up in a situation where those refrigerators don't exist here in Spring Valley for the next 6 months until we can get back into the area after it's renovated. And so you may need to be going to Walmart or somewhere and buy the little frozen things to put in your lunches that you bring with you and keep those at your desk because the refrigerators may not be available to you. So more to come on that. We'll get something sent out via email either on Thursday or Friday once we either have a solution or don't have a solution to that. Parking areas will not change during the renovations. The blue spaces are still marked. And then the one extension along Spring Valley where we actually opened that up for you about a year ago, and many of you have been parking there. That will continue to be employee parking during the renovation time. So all that's exciting. We're going to get the building that next step toward being modernized and a better place to work in. But at the same time, it will cause some disruption as we go along, and we'll keep you updated on the progress there and any new information having to do with that. Now, 3 last things here, very positive things and very important for you to take note of. First of all, summer hours. Again, those of you who've been here for a while, we went to this about 5 years ago now. Those of you new to Region 10 in the last 6 or 7 months, you may or may not know about this. Beginning on June 6th and running through July 29th. That's 8 weeks during June and July. We'll be on modified summer hours. And during that time, you'll either be coming from 7:30 to 4:30 or from 8 until 5. Now your directors, assistant directors, program coordinators will be working with you to make sure we have kind of an even split everywhere of folks working those 2 time periods. Now what that does is add 30 minutes on 4 days a week, which means on Friday we can knock off a couple hours early. And so with the lunch built in, that's a 3rd hour, and so everybody will work either 7:30 to 11:30 or from 8 until noon on Fridays. And that begins again on June 6th. So we're a couple of weeks away from that, but good news on that, fun news on that, because it makes for a great early start to the weekend during the summer. And we've gotten very positive kudos from you all in the past about that, so we want to continue. Now, the next piece of great news is staff picnic is this Friday. The communications staff and a whole lot of other people have been engaged in getting this ready. This will not be a staff forum day. We won't have a meeting. I won't talk. I won't read the emails and all that other stuff. It'll just be a time to be together, have fun, enjoy special food opportunities, and again, just have a good time. Rachel's going to be sending out, or will have sent out already, information about that. It is, the food trucks will be here. She's got 5 different food trucks set up to be here. You'll have your choice on those. And we will not schedule a time and tell people when to go get food. As soon as you start coming in for the picnic, you'll be able to go get food on your schedule so that we'll avoid the long lines that we faced last year when we did this. In addition to the food trucks, lots of games going on, individual and team games. Karaoke's going to be going on. Several of you have signed up for that. We've got, I believe, 12 teams, Rachel told me, for a Family Feud contest. And then it's just a lot of fun. A good way to say goodbye to the school year and hello to the summer. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, very positive again, is that our board, in its constant effort to make sure that this is a great place to work, has approved 2 new programs for employees at Region 10. They both have to do with saving for retirement and investing for retirement. One is the Region 10 Retirement Savings Plan, and the other is the Region 10 Retirement Matching Plan. Something very new in that area in terms of a match from the center to your retirement savings. all of that needs a good bit of explanation. And so starting on June 1st, we'll hold multiple information sessions for you to learn about those new benefits that the board approved for everyone, and not just approved, but put money behind those. Those will start again on June 1st. We have a specific time set for the Head Start, early Head Start staff that are not here during most of the summer time, and so we're doing them first. Then we have a special setup for the direct student services folks, our physical therapist, occupational therapist, APE teachers, etc. We'll be doing a special session for you all, also pre-scheduled. After that, there will be 7 or 8 different opportunities for everyone to sign up for. Everyone needs to attend, and we're going to make that mandatory, so you will need to get signed up. And those will be out and advertised and available for you to go through our system and get scheduled for those sessions. But exciting stuff there. Big news from the board. They wanted to do this, and we're excited when we were able to bring it to them as an opportunity. And so we need to share it with you, on top of what they've already tentatively approved, a fairly nice pay raise. So good news coming on this one. It's been fun to stay connected. Stop by and see me sometime or say hi. But I hope you enjoyed the video and got something out of the information that we're providing. Y'all have a great day.